So you're gearing up for the state insurance exam. And yeah, let's be honest, you know it's a beast. It's dense, it's tricky, and there's a lot riding on it. But what if there was a clear path, a strategy to cut right through all that complexity? Well, that's exactly what we're breaking down today. A game plan to help you pass this thing on your very first try. But first, let's start with the single most important thing, your why. This quote says it all, doesn't it? This came from an aspiring agent, someone just like you. And it gets right to the point. This is not just some test. It's the key that unlocks a new career, financial freedom, and for so many of us, it's about building a better life for our families.
And that really is the heart of it all. This isn't just about memorizing rules. We like to call it the agent's quest, because behind every single person studying for this exam, there's a powerful reason, a personal story. And holding on to that why, that's your fuel. That's what's going to get you through the late nights.
But let's be real for a second. That journey is tough. The material is complicated, the stakes feel sky high, and it's so easy to feel completely overwhelmed before you even really get started. And you know what? Acknowledging that challenge, saying, yeah, this is hard, that's the very first step to conquering it.
So what is it that makes this whole process feel like you're trying to navigate a maze in the dark? Well, it's not just the stuff on the test itself. It's the entire journey. This whole bureaucratic labyrinth of fees and requirements and weird state-specific rules.
The first obstacle for a lot of people, the cost. And it's never just one fee, is it? You've got your pre-licensing courses, then the exam fee, then a totally separate licensing fee after you pass, and in most states, a background check with fingerprinting. It all adds up, and it adds up fast.
And then you've got this, the state-by-state complexity. Just look at this chart. It's just a snapshot, but you can see how wild it gets. California and Florida want your fingerprints, but New York usually doesn't, and Alaska's like, nah, we're good. Trying to figure this labyrinth out all by yourself, it can be incredibly confusing.
So how in the world do you cut through all that noise and confusion? You start by mastering the language. At its core, the insurance exam is a vocabulary test. Seriously. Once you know the key terms inside and out, all those complicated questions, they just start to untangle themselves. This is your secret weapon.
All right, let's break down 3 terms you absolutely have to know. First up, a domestic insurer. The easiest way to remember this? It's the home team. If an insurer's headquarters is in Texas and they sell insurance in Texas, they are a domestic insurer in Texas. Simple as that. They're playing on their home turf.
Next, you've got a foreign insurer. So if domestic is the home team, this is the away team. That same company with its headquarters in Texas, when it gets licensed to do business over in Oklahoma, it's considered a foreign insurer there. It's operating outside its home state.
And finally, the alien insurer. Think of this as the international team. If a company is based in, say, Canada, but it's licensed to sell policies here in the United States, it's classified as an alien insurer. So you've got domestic, foreign, and alien. Home team, away team, and international team. See? Simple when you put it that way.
And this whole vocabulary trick works for confusing policy types too. How many times have you gotten tripped up on term versus whole life? The names tell you everything. Term life covers you for a specific term, like 10 or 20 years. It's cheaper, but there's no cash value. Whole life is for your whole life. It's permanent, it costs more, but it builds cash value. Getting that difference down is absolutely crucial for the exam.
Now look, mastering these terms on your own is good, but learning them in a group, oh man, that is a total game changer. The second you turn studying from this lonely chore into a group of people solving problems together, something amazing happens. You start teaching each other, and that's when these concepts really, truly stick. For example, let's do one right now. Imagine you're in that study group. Here's the question. An insurer with a certificate of authority can sell insurance in any state. What do you think, true or false?
The answer is false. Yeah, a big resounding false on that one.
And here's why that's so important. A certificate of authority is state-specific. Think of it like a driver's license for an insurance company, issued by one state and it's only good for that state. If a company wants to operate in all 50 states, they need 50 separate certificates. Being admitted in California gives you exactly 0 authority in Arizona.
Okay, here's a term that trips up a ton of people. A fraternal benefit society. It's a nonprofit organized around some kind of common bond, like a lodge or a union, and it provides insurance to its members. I mean, it sounds pretty formal and complicated, right? But this is a perfect example of the power of group learning.
One student in a study session came up with this brilliant little mnemonic. He heard fraternal and immediately thought of a frat, and he connected that to the idea of a lodge system. And just like that, a super complex definition becomes a simple, sticky concept. That's the magic that happens when you learn together.
Okay, let's pull all these threads together. The path to conquering this exam isn't about just staring at a book for 100 hours. It's about having a smart, focused strategy that combines your own personal drive with study techniques that actually work.
So here it is, your path to success. First, always come back to your why. Let that be your motivation. Second, crush the complexity by mastering the vocabulary. Third, stop studying alone. Find a group and turn it into a team sport. And finally, use those simple tricks and analogies, just like the frat and lodge system, to make sure the information actually sticks in your brain.
Look, that exam might seem like this impossible maze right now, but it's a solvable one. You have the map and you have the tools to get through it. Passing isn't just about getting a license, it's about kicking off the next amazing chapter of your life. So, the only real question left is, what's your story going to be?